me just start this recording for all of you guys that can't make it to the live session and got to watch the replay. So pretty much just going to jump right into this training session. So this is technically, what is this technically? We've had 5, 10. This is our 12th live training session that we've done. And to be honest, this is not actually our 12th live training session that we've done. So we've done 12 live training sessions according to this particular class schedule that we started. So before this actual class schedule, all you guys that signed up early, I gave you guys the option to do pre-training sessions as well, which were very similar in format to these live training sessions. So they were live training sessions that just happened before the actual pre-training. And we had quite a bit of those sessions, as you can see here in this flow. In this line right here, every item in this line going over here are all pre-training sessions. So each of them is about an hour long. So you can see there's, like 5 of these guys, 2 of these guys. There's quite a bit of these pre-training sessions. So every one of these guys is a pre-training session, all of which we've just been teaching you. When I say we, I mean me, have just been teaching you how to go in and do stuff in your chat bot. So you can see I've done quite a bit of these training sessions for you guys. So, and no, I can't turn my mic up because it's already turned up full blast. So is everybody else able to hear me? Is anybody having a hard time hearing me besides David? No one else? Can you just make sure they don't turn that music up really loud? So on this last session, we went over growth tools and we kind of left off there. We didn't get to finish up with all those growth tools. So we're going to finish up with these growth tools on this session. So in the last session, just to recap, we went over this bar, we went over this slide in, this model, this page takeover, this button, this box, this landing tool, this customer chat, and we technically did this messenger ref as well. Okay. So, but we're going to go ahead and start with this messenger ref, and then we'll do our code, and then we'll probably do our JSON, and then we'll do our comments after that. Okay. So let's start with this messenger ref. So for this messenger ref, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get my flow ready for it. Okay. And I know that I basically want to copy this flow right here. So I'm going to copy this guy, and I'm going to rename this guy to be attended session 3.2. All right, it's going to be that you attended this session. So now I'm going to go in and actually edit this guy or girl or transgender, whatever you want to refer to this object as. I like to refer to objects as guys because I don't believe women are objects. So I just refer to my objects as guys. So I need to go in and update this guy, this tag to 3.2 to tag you that you've attended this session 3.2. So now you can see essentially what is happening here, that I'm going to check to see if you're not unsubscribed in this flow. If you are unsubscribed, I'm just going to tell you you are unsubscribed from this bot and you can no longer get any content from it. Just kind of like I've done to this guy who has, if you look at this guy right here, he has actually said, "You're annoying me." And whenever, as soon as he's told me I'm annoying him, I've unsubscribed him from my bot because God forbid he's getting annoyed by me and my bot. So since I'm annoying you, how about I just unsubscribe you? Then I can't annoy you anymore. And that's what I do when you tell me I'm annoying you, or you tell me you hate me. I just unsubscribe you from my bot so that I can't annoy you anymore. And then he's tried to subscribe again, and I've told him, "Hey, guess what? You can't subscribe because you're unsubscribed." And he said, "I love you." And I said, "Well, guess what? You're unsubscribed from this bot. You can't get any content from it." I've essentially delivered him this message right here because he's tagged that he's unsubscribed. If he's not, then I'm going to tag you that you've attended this 3.2, and then I'm just going to give you this message. Now, the only thing I know I need to do is come to this guy right here, and basically come down here and copy and paste this thing right here into a new post. and just change this to the second session of day 3. All right, and I want to publish this post. Now, once I publish this post, I'm going to go in and actually get the final destination URL of this post by going to embed and then coming to my advanced settings and then just having Facebook give me the actual URL of the post so that I can take this URL and put it right inside here so that you can comment on that post whenever you're done. All right, so now there's my flow. I'm going to automatically continue. If you're an action taker and you've actually, purchased some, taken action here, which is a great deal for you guys because you get all this good stuff for a really low amount, and it's literally just intended to have you guys have some value on the line so that you actually take your training serious and you motivate yourself because you have a financial investment there. So if you've taken that action, I'm just going to thank you. If you haven't, I'm just going to say, hey, taking action really helps you much more than it helps me. So why don't you go ahead and do that right now? So now I'm going to publish that because that guy's done. So now essentially what I've done is I have created a new flow. I just cloned it from another flow. I just duplicated another flow. Now I've got a completely new flow called attended 3-2 session. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create a messenger ref URL growth tool. All right. So I'm going to create this guy. I'm just going to give him a good name, attended 3.2 session, because that's what you guys are doing. You're attending this 3.2 session. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and actually replace this message here with this message right here. So now that's actually been replaced. You can see that that's actually been replaced. And now I have this reference URL right here. All right, now if I go look for myself in my audience and I go find myself, now whenever I come find myself, I can look and see all the tags that I have. And I can see I attended 3.1, but I don't have anything that says I attended 3.2. So now I can just come over here, I can open up this ref link, all right? When I open up this ref link, it's going to drop me right into Messenger. And it should technically actually deliver me that link. So he should have actually delivered me this message, and he has not delivered me that message yet. So I'm not really sure exactly why he did not deliver me the message that he should actually be delivering me. So he should have actually delivered me some message right now, and he has not actually delivered that message. So let's see if there's any particular reason why he hasn't delivered this message. So it doesn't look like I'm unsubscribed. If I was unsubscribed, he should have given me some message anyways. So now what I'll do is I'll just give this to you guys because that's your homework, is to go in and actually click that link. So you guys can go in and actually click that link. You guys can go in and actually click that link. And it could just be, like I said, sometimes a bot gets an actual delay. So he gets delayed, and that's nothing that we can actually control because that's a function of ManyChat or that's a function of Facebook. And sometimes it's a function of both of them. All right. But essentially what this ref tool does is all it does. And there you can see that now I've actually finally got this message. So you can see that this message just popped up from DemoBot. And you can see he's got 2 messages because I clicked that link 2 times. So now if I come back here to my audience and I look at him, I'll see that he was tagged that he's attended 3.2 session. All right. So now I could easily come in and filter out my audience. If I get rid of that good looking guy and then filter out my audience by a tag that these guys is 3.2 session. And I can see only one person's actually joined this session so far. Now, like I said, my bot could be a little bit delayed, and I noticed that he was a little bit delayed with sending my message. I clicked on the link twice. He did finally deliver me both messages, but he was a little delayed. And there's nothing I can really do about that delay. Now, there is something that I could technically do, and what I could technically do is I could build a complete custom bot where I build it in a stateless architecture where I don't have to worry about these delays unless they ultimately come from Facebook side. Now, if they come from Facebook side, not much I can do there. Now, I can see that some of these, I can see Joe, you just got, I can see Vicky, you just got, Hilton, you just got, Colin, you just got, David, you just got. All right, so now I can come in here and refresh this guy. And now I can start to see my audience getting segmented. All right. So now in real time, my audience is getting segmented. I can see here's 7 people who are out of the 21 people that we have right now. There's 7 people who have actually came in and said that they've attended this training session. So let me further segment and also say tag is attended 3-1. So here's all the users that have attended both sessions today. So congratulations to these users because these people, they have attended both training sessions today. So I can go in and segment these guys, and I could go in and also add more segmentation, and I can say, hey, let's find all the females that have attended both of these sessions today. And that's just you, Yvonne. You're the only female who's attended both sessions today, which means that those other 6 people are all male. All right. So essentially, this has nothing to really do with our growth tool, but that growth tool, so that you understand that growth tool, okay, this growth tool is just a direct URL that directly injects somebody to whatever flow that you selected here. I selected the 3-2 session, so this is just a URL that when a user clicks it, they're going to go straight to Messenger, all right? They're going to go straight to Messenger, and they're going to be delivered whatever flow that you are referencing here. So is that ref tool clear to you guys, or do you guys have any questions at all about the ref tool? Because it really is that simple. Anybody have any questions, or are you guys good with the ref tool and we can move on to our other growth tools that we have sitting there to explore? Okay, so unless you guys are going crazy and saying, no, I don't understand, I'm just going to move forward because I don't really know how to go at a slow speed. So I go at my speed, which is, to me, it's slow. When I'm on training, to me, I slow down about 25% when I'm on training, but you guys still tell me that I'm just going too fast for you. So I wish I could slow down even slower, but then myself, I'm going to get so aggravated with myself because I'm going to bore myself by going so slow. All right. So, so you're on the training, David. Did you click the link? So I'll just look again and look one more time, David, and let's see. Is this you? I don't think you clicked. I mean, I don't think you clicked the link and it actually went through for you, David. So I don't see where it's actually where that you clicking the link didn't go through for you. So like I said, there you went right there. So you just went right there. So now I see you right there. All right. So now let's go ahead and move forward. And just to answer your question, this ref tool is not for subscribers. I mean, a subscriber can use it, and you can have a subscriber click it, and they will be routed directly to whatever flow that you route them to, into whatever the flow actually does. Some conditional logic, some message sequence, some user input, whatever it does, that's where they're dropped off at. Now, if they're not a subscriber, this is a great tool, because if they're not a subscriber, as soon as they click your link, now they're a subscriber, just like that. So you could literally go into your website and you can say, when a user submits this form, I want to post the data to a website to capture that data, which is typically what happens in form submission. And I also want to redirect the user to this URL, being your ref URL. And now they're just instantly forced into Messenger, and you have literally forced them to become your subscriber. So so anybody that clicks this link, they become your subscriber. If they click your ref link, they're now your subscriber. So congratulations, you got a new one. So definitely, this is a great tool to include in your email signature, right? You can include a ref link right in your email signature, and now as soon as somebody clicks it, which they'll probably click it, then they are now a subscriber. So, and you can use this link in your Facebook ad as well. We're going to use one. We're going to create a triple threat ad right here on this video. Granted, we have time. All right. So speaking of that time, let's just move forward and then deal with everything later. So the next thing that we did this ref tool. So we're going to go over this messenger code really, really quick. All right. So for that, I'm also going to create some new flow, and this new flow is going to say, you scanned my code. So great. You scanned my code. I love you. And I do love you, by the way. So if you're ever wondering, does anybody love me? Some person does. At least one person does, and that's me. I do love you, and I'm going to prove it by giving you some face with some love eyes and some kiss that I'm blowing to you. All right. And that is not a sexual kiss. That is just a friendly kiss. So don't think it's sexual, because it's not. It's just a kiss of encouragement. All right. That's all that is. All right. So now I created my flow. Why did I create that flow? Because I just want to actually link somebody to that flow from this thing right here. All right. And that's literally how simple this is, right? All I did was link in that flow. And then now I'm going to go next. I'm going to get this messenger code right here. Now for this messenger code, I'm going to pull out my phone. All right. I'm going to pull my phone out, and I'm just going to open up Zoom on my phone, and I'm going to join this meeting again as a new John, as a secondary John. It's going to be the same John, me, but it's just going to be my phone. All right. So while I joined this meeting, now I'm going to stop my screen share. Now you can just look at my pretty face, and then now I'll share my phone screen. All right. So now essentially, it looks like you're viewing John Vaughn's phone screen. All right. So now you're viewing John Vaughn's phone screen. Great. All right. So now you see my phone screen. You can see that I've got this messenger application installed. So I'm just going to click on this messenger application. All right. Now you can also see that I've got right here. Awesome. I've got like I can annotate that. You see that guy right there? That guy. I've got that guy right there. All right. That I can just click on him. And then I've got right here also this guy right here. See that guy? So I can just click on him and scan that messenger code. And I should be able to click on him. And if I can't click on him, it's also not my fault. That's Facebook's fault. But anyways, there we go. So now I'm just going to scan this guy right here. Scan that messenger code. And then look right there. Great. You scan my code. I love you. I love you too. Great. Now you see how that works. That's really straightforward to understand, right? What is a great use case of this? All sorts of use cases, right? This is like the most possible use cases that you could just imagine are coming from this growth tool right here. So you can now do anything that you want with this growth tool. You could just assume that the average person is going to have Messenger app installed on their phone. Now, they may not necessarily know how to access that scan feature, right? They may not know how to actually scan that code, but it's something that I showed you just now, how easy it is. It's very, very easy, right? And now what you can do is you can create more of these, all right? So I could come in here and say, this is great, you scanned my code, and save this guy. And then I'll just come over here and create a new flow called second phone scan. All right. So I'll just say, you scanned my other code. Great. Thanks a lot. I love you still. You're a little code scanner. So you are a little code scanner, and I like code scanners. So I'll just create a new one, and then I'll just replace this with second phone scan with that flow, and then I'll go next. And then essentially I'll stop this share, and I'll share my screen again, my phone screen. All right. And I'll go back to Messenger. and I'll scan this new messenger code. Hey, let me scan this code, this other code. This is a new messenger code for a completely different thing. See, you scan my other code. So I can have as many of those codes as I want. I can just infinitely create them. So that's a great thing, right? So now you can see, like I said, so many different use cases for these. You have access to some school, and you're friends with the dudes that run the school or whatever, and they give you access to go in and put some flyers up next to the concession stand where you can, work out some deal that you're going to give somebody a discount if they come in and buy a pizza from you or something, because or you know what, you're not going to give them a discount at all, but what you will do is you'll take 20% of their order and you'll donate it to the alumni or to the football team or something like that, right? Now that will probably, anybody who's at that football game, if they're, rooting for your home team, and they'll probably be down for that. They'll be like, okay, I could come get a good pizza from you, and I know that 20% of my order is going to be donated to the football team. I'm all in. Shit, all I got to do is scan the code. I just scan the code. That's it. I get my discount. Hell yeah, I'll scan it. So they'll just scan that thing. It's so easy and accessible for them. Now they're routed in whatever flow that you wanted to. You delivered them a coupon. Ultimately, you have them as a subscriber, where now next football game, they don't catch the football game. You can broadcast out to them and say, hey, you want to come to our football game? Or, hey, you want to come back and get another pizza? Or, hey, I got a new pizza? Or you want some cookies? Or whatever you're doing. You want to join my live training session? Why don't you join my live training session? So you can see once they scan that, they're a subscriber. You can have as many as you want. You just route them to a flow. So pretty clear there, right? And yeah, you just can download this thing. You can print it on something. You can print it on your business card. You can print it on a t-shirt. You can print it on a security badge. You can print it on paper. You can put it on a billboard, although I don't really think scanning it from a billboard that far away would actually work. It might. I don't know. If you want to spend the money putting it on a billboard, you can let me know. But you download it and you print it on whatever physical medium, or you could just have it on a screen, right? You could have it on a screen. You could have like an ad screen where you have at most businesses, you have some screen that's displaying, a slide of images and ads and promotions, and you can just do an overlay right there where a user can just scan it. Anywhere they see it, they can scan it. So it's great, right? That's exactly what it's for. So I'm going to assume that you guys understand that one. So since you understand that one, we're just going to move forward. So now we just got two more left, right? We got this Facebook comments, and we got this Facebook ads JSON, because every other one we went over. So we're going to go over this Facebook ads JSON, and then we're going to go to this comments tool. And yes, Colin, it's always going to be your image. Now, I'm assuming that we could probably come in here, Colin. I don't know for a fact, but as an engineer, I don't need to know. I can just find out. And I'm assuming that what I could do essentially is come in here to annotate, and I could like draw like some picture or something. And I could just come over here and take this picture and take that guy and probably move him right there, and then take some more draw and draw some more stuffs all over this guy, right? So I could do that, I'm probably sure. Now I'm not sure, okay? I really don't know, but in my field and the way that I work is if I don't know something, I just go instead of asking myself for the rest of my life, shit. Now stopping that share didn't actually work properly. So whenever I stop that share, here's what happened. Whenever I stopped that share, I lost all my annotation whenever I stopped that share. So since I lost all my annotation, I'm just going to come in here and pretend like I'm putting a new image over here. Okay. And I can't really put in here on this. I can't actually do anything else, but I'm assuming this isn't going to matter. All right. And that annotation that I had that filled all this stuff up, it just disappeared whenever I stopped this share. So I had to go in and put that back in there. But I'm assuming that if I come here now and come back to Messenger and come back to this guy. If I can come back to this guy. My messenger's being so weird right now. So there's that guy. So let's try to scan him again. Let's scan him with all that nonsense noise on him. He still scans. Because essentially what he's looking for is this outside encryption right here. So all this right here, this crap that kind of looks like Morse code is obviously just bits of data that it's using and to decode its actual route. So you could probably, what that means to you is that this is always going to be whatever your profile image is. If you want this to change, then what you would need to do is take a picture of, you would need to download this, put this into Photoshop, and then go in and edit out this portion here and put whatever custom portion that you want inside this container right here, okay? As to not interfere with this stream of data. You definitely don't want to interfere with this stream of data. You'd want to leave the same amount of like padding that you see here already. And then I'm sure, yes, you could go in here and completely customize this anytime that you want. And as long as this outside ring of data stays intact, you'll be able to go in and customize that. But you'll need a little bit of Photoshop skills to be able to do that. If you want to do it, inside, if you want to do it inside ManyChat, you can't do it. If you want to do it in ManyChat, what you need to do is you need to go to your actual page, and then inside your page, you need to change this guy's profile image. Now, if you do that, it will change all future ones so that you print out, obviously. Obviously, if you've printed one out on paper and you go change your profile page, maybe you would expect it will just magically change on the paper, but it definitely won't. You'll have to go in and print out a new one, obviously. The outside rings aren't going to actually ever change once you generate that code. Then the outside encoded data is always going to be the same, okay? So hopefully that all makes sense. Now we got 30 minutes, so I'm going to really try to fly through. This, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not super complex, but then again, like I said, I'm an engineer, so nothing at this point is really not so many things are complex to me. So I'm just going to say that this is my JSON payload. All right, this is my JSON add payload. Okay, so this is my actual payload that I'm going to have. All right, and it's going to be that simple right now, because it seems like if you guys don't know how to create those flows, you just keep watching me and we'll go in and learn how to create those flows. And you can easily see that anywhere inside here, you're just going to reference a flow that you've created already. And that's all I'm going to do here is I'm going to reference this flow that I've created already. Now, this flow isn't actually going to work, all right? This flow isn't actually going to work. Now it's acting like it's going to work for some reason, but it's not actually going to work. See, it's telling me, no, I'm not working. So why is he not working? Because for your Facebook ads JSON code, you need to have at least one quick reply or at least one button. You have to have that on this initial flow right here. Okay, so we're going to put one there. All right. So now we have something there. So let's make this a little bit more useful. So you are now a subscriber there. you're not yet a subscriber there. But if you press this button or you press this button, then you're going to actually now be a subscriber. All right. So now we've done that. So now we can come back here and we can go next. So now he's actually given us our JSON. All right. So now we've got JSON. All JSON stands for is JavaScript Object Notation. It's just literally what is JSON? Well, JSON is essentially the computer code that you need to tell Facebook what this is right here and what payloads these guys reference. Okay. If somebody clicks this, what message should you send them? What payload should you send them? If somebody clicks this, what message should you send them? Okay. That's all this JSON describes. It describes that information. So I'm going to copy this guy. Now I'm going to come over here to Facebook and I'm going to go into my ads manager. Now I'm going to make an assumption here that you guys must be knowing something about Facebook ads. All right. If you don't, then you're going to have to be learning a little bit about Facebook ads for this to make sense to you. All right. So you're going to come in here to your ads manager. And now what you're going to do is you're going to create a new Facebook ad. All right. So we're just going to hit create ad. These Facebook ads are also referenced as, these guys are also referenced as Facebook dark post. So this tells me I've got some ad already in place. I just want to start over because I need a new ad. So you can see the first thing whenever you go actually create an ad is you have to give your objective. What is the objective that you have here? You want some brand awareness, you want some reach, you want traffic to your website, you want engagement on your post, you want some app installs, some video views, some lead generation, some store visits, some catalog sales, some actual conversions, or do you want some messages? That is our objective. That is the only thing we can use that JSON for. All right. So this JSON, it's not technically the only thing that we could use it for, but most likely it's the only thing that you guys could use it for. Now, I could technically use this JSON if I wanted to, and I could just make an API call to Facebook's Conversation API, to Facebook's Messenger API, and I could drop this JSON off to them because essentially that's what their API accepts is a JSON object. So I could just drop this JSON off to them and they would actually understand my message and be able to deliver my message. All right. But yeah, I can only do that because I'm an engineer and I know their API and I know how to make calls to their API and authenticate to their API and drop off a payload, which essentially what they want as a payload is a JSON object. All right. So you guys just leave all that. So I just didn't want to give you false information and say the only thing you can do with this is this. You can do other stuff if you have engineering skills. All you guys care about is the fact that you can go into this ad and you can say, hey, I want to run an ad with messages as an objective. You're going to give some campaign name, and this is going to be live training 3.2. All right, now I got a bunch of crap going on here. All right, so I've got click to messenger, sponsored message. What do you want here? All right. So I'm going to do click to messenger. And like I said, we're not really going to go over this. I'm going to use a custom audience here, which is going to be a lookalike audience to bot traffic that's got 2.1 million people in it. So I'm going to use that audience there. And I'm going to change these just because I'm going to have to spend a little bit of money here and I don't want it to be a complete waste. I'm going to go and narrow down my demographics from 25 to 40. All people here. I don't need any other targeting. I don't need to edit placements. I don't want to edit placements. I don't want to edit any of this. I do want to change not my daily budget. I'm going to change my lifetime budget. And this is going to be not $350. Facebook, get out of here, buddy. I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you $10. Don't worry about it. $10 is all you're getting. So your ad will run. What you don't like about this? This budget for this ad set must be at least $31. Get out of here. It doesn't have to be $31. I'm not going to give you $31. I'm going to give you $10. All right. So don't try to get my 30. I'm going to give Facebook $10. That's all you're getting, guys, because this is just a demo, not a real ad, man. So Now this is my first page. Like I said, this is not an ad course, so I'm not going to teach you about this stuff right now because that's not what you signed up for. All right. So essentially, I'm going to skip all this crap as well. All right. I'm not going to skip it because I can't skip it because I literally need to run this ad. I need to run this ad. See my bot in action. Should have came up with some ad copy first. Hey, just click or comment on this. All right. So here's going to be my, I'm going to say send message. All right. See my bot in action. Here's all that. There's all that. So all that's done. Now, essentially, I just created my ad. So let's get rid of the ad. Let's not worry about the ad. Here's what you guys care about. You guys care about, you guys care about this right here. Set up messages. This is going to be your messages. So you guys now care about this JSON. So we want to take this guy, delete this guy, come back to ManyChat and get this JSON that ManyChat gave us, give this JSON to Facebook. All right. Now, if I give that to Facebook and I preview in Messenger app, I will be able to see, look, I see that message that I just created. Remember that message that I just created? Now your user can do anything. They can either click on that. They can either click on that button that you gave or click on that quick reply, or they can essentially even just message you back. Anything, just send you a message. And once they do that, they become a subscriber to your bot. All right. So now essentially you understand that a user is going to, now you're done with that. A user will see this ad. All right. So a user will see this ad right here. They will click on this send message. When they click on this send message, they will get this message. All right. That is the first message that you've given them. Now that user is not a subscriber yet. They may be a subscriber if they're already a subscriber seeing your message. But if they've never sent you a message, if they're not currently a subscriber, at this point, they are not a subscriber yet. They will not be a subscriber unless they click on this button or click on this quick reply. One of these things is mandatory. It must be there. Either this thing or that thing. One of the two must be there. If you want to put both of them there, knock yourself out, put them both there. All right. And we'll talk later when you should use these, when you shouldn't use these. All right. But we're not going to talk about that now because we're talking about this growth tool and that's all that's about. So now if they click one of these two things or they physically reply, just like I did with some reply, I just said anything. If they click on those things or they physically reply, now they become your subscriber. Okay. So now that makes sense to you, hopefully. You understand all that. That's pretty straightforward. We just came into the ad. All we did, we filled out that first page, which is just the demographics, ask a marketer about that. But it's really, really simple. And we already did ask a marketer, and he told us exactly what to do. On day 1, 12/2, session 3, you'll find that information. We created our stupid little ad, and then we came right here to set up messages. And then we just came to the JSON, and we deleted whatever generic JSON that Facebook had left there. And we gave our JSON from ManyChat. All right. So now we got that guy taken care of. All right. So now we want to do one more thing real quick. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to come here to my growth tools. And I'm going to give some new growth tool, which is going to be Facebook ad ref for JSON ad. All right. So this is just going to be a ref link. And all I'm going to do here is give some real generic flow. All right. Who cares what this flow is? It's going to be whatever flow that I'm going to do this deliver ebook because at least in it's some valuable flow. All right. So now I'm going to copy this ref URL and then I'll just come back here and I'll put it here. So now I've got that ref tool in my ad copy. So now if somebody clicks that in my ad copy, since they click that ref tool, they're going to go inside of my bot. because they just clicked that ref tool. So now they're a subscriber. If they click this send message, then like I said, this process will happen. They will get your initial message. So that first message that you created, wherever that first message was at, that first message was right here, that they'll get that first message, and they won't be a subscriber unless they interact back with this message. If they hit subscribe, or if they hit this subscribe, or if they physically just reply to you and physically just send you a message back, then at that point, then they'll actually be a subscriber, okay? That's if they click this send message, all right? So now what we're also gonna do is we're gonna go in and we are now going to tell Facebook, you know what? Publicist, take my money, Facebook. So shouldn't have done that because it's really crappy ad copy, but you know what? I'm not a copy guy. There's copy people for that. And the purpose of this is not to actually create a killer converting ad for me. It's to just show you how to do it. You guys don't want to do that shit. You guys want to have proper copy in place, or you're just wasting your money like I'm literally just wasting $10 right there. So if any of you guys that learned something want to give me $10 back, feel free to knock yourself out there. So now I'm just going to come right back here to my growth tools, and I'm going to create a new growth tool. And this is going to be comment on Jason ad. Hey, I had some ad. I wanted you to click the ad or click the link in the ad. You actually commented. All right, so that guy's done. So now I'm going to create that comments growth tool. Now this comments growth tool, it's pretty straightforward. We actually went over this in the last training. So this is the first tool that we actually did, if you remember. Just our last training, we did this one first because I don't remember, but I think it was Robin that asked a question about this. All right, so we just did that one first. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue here, and I'm going to come over here to my actual ads for this campaign, and I'm going to click on this guy, and then I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to click this little button right here, and then I'm going to click this little guy right here. So essentially, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my ads tab where my physical ads that are running are at, all right? Not to be confused with your campaigns or your ad sets. So I'm going to click on the ad that I want, and I'm just going to click this little over button and go to this little pencil right there. And then I'm going to go to this ad preview, and I'm going to say, give me the Facebook post with comments, because I want that Facebook post with comments, because I'm going to come right in here to that growth tool, and I'm going to say select a post, and I'm going to give it that post. All right. So now I'm going to give it that post, and I'm just going to skip all this other stuff. Hopefully you guys remember what this is. I'm just confirming that I've explicitly told this person in this post that that they're going to receive a message from me. All right. So I'm going to explicitly tell them that. I'm not going to track first level comments only. I'm going to track all comments. I'm going to immediately send this message out when they comment, and I'm going to send it out to everybody. What message is I'm going to say is I'm going to say whatever I need to I'm going to say whatever I need to. Good night, buddy. I'm going to say whatever I need to get them engaged, because here at this point as well, I'm in the same situation with my Jason. When they comment, I'm going to deliver them this message right here. Now, until they respond back to me, they're not my subscriber. So I need them to respond back to me. So I'm just going to say, hey, first name, can you tell me what you meant by this? All right. And then I'm going to save that thing. And then I'm going to come here to my opt-in actions, and I'm going to send this to everyone who replies to this message. So every single person that comments on this post will receive this message. When they receive this message, they are not my subscriber. When they respond to this message, they will become my subscriber, and I will decide to go in and send them this payload that we just created right here. So I'm going to send them that flow right there. And now I'm done. right? I could also subscribe them to a sequence, but I also could have, whenever I subscribe them to a sequence, I could have subscribed them to a sequence right here in this payload if I wanted, by adding an action group and saying, hey, subscribe this guy to a sequence. So I could have done it over there, or I could do it right here. Doesn't really matter where I do it or if I do it. So we'll talk about sequences later. We did already talk about those, though, but we'll probably talk about them later again. So now essentially he's done. I need to turn him on. So now he's done and I need to turn him on. So now he's turned on. Really, he's turned on. So now I've got this guy that's completely turned on. So this ad is totally turned on now, because now I've got this ad right here, right? I've got this ad and I'm like, hey, let me interact with this ad. And I can be like, hey, this is a awesome ad. That's why I didn't click it. Instead of clicking it, I commented on it because it was just so great. And I'm a user, and that's what users do. And you can see now that I've commented on them, look, I just instantly got a message that says, could you tell me what you meant by this? Why did I get that? Because that's my payload here that I'm just doing. So that was my auto response. See, can you tell me what you meant by that? That was what I got as soon as I commented there. It was great. At this point, I'm not a subscriber. As soon as I send this message, bam, I'm a subscriber. So now I got my payload, right? Now that happened, I got this payload right here. This comment, Jason ad, this guy right here. Hey, I had some ad. I wanted you to click the ad. So now essentially I got that because I commented, or I'm some random person and I didn't even make it to this ad. I just clicked on this guy. I'm just going to open it in a new link. I clicked on that guy. Bam, instantly from clicking on that guy, I don't have to do anything. Just instant click. I'm a subscriber. There's my there's my random surprise I gave you for clicking the random link that the ad isn't about. All right. So then I'm pretty sure this guy is disabled for me right now. But let's see if he's disabled. I'll just click him. And no, he's not disabled. I clicked, interacted with this ad. Now I got that Jason, right? Now I got that Jason guy that I initially gave whenever I created this ad. So that's a triple threat ad. That ad, pretty much any way a user interacts with that ad, they're going to most likely become a subscriber. If they click the random link in the ad, which you see most links have that. Most ads have some random link in the description. That's a different link than the link that the ad's actually about. So if they click that random link, great. I can even mask that random link behind a URL shortener. So if I want to mask that random link so that they don't even know they're clicking to Messenger, they think that they're clicking to some awesome content because I've masked it behind some short link. And you can even find tools where you can mask and send them to that link right there and then instantly redirect them after that. So you dump them into your Messenger, and then right after that you also redirect them so they do make it to your bot, become a subscriber, and then hit their final destination. So that happens to them. They've just subscribed. The real users that interact with ads properly, that click the CTA in the ad, they click the CTA, they get the JSON, because that's essentially what we set up with the ad. Is we use an ad for Messenger as the ad objective, and we gave the JSON to Facebook from ManyChat. Because now I could have just went and manually written that JSON if I wanted to, but then it wouldn't have really worked with the rest of ManyChat, because it would work with the rest of whatever I written. But ManyChat just gives us that JSON. We gave that JSON. So also the guys that comment on it, they do a comment and it's done. Now they commented. Now those guys also have the option to be able to, if I can get them to send me one message, that's what I have to do with both of these guys. If they click this or if they click this, I got to get them to at least send me one message or push one button. So they need to click a CTA or they need to send a message. If they do that, they're subscribers. With this link guy, I don't got to do them. I don't got to get them to do anything. Just click my link. You click my link, you're our subscribed. So thanks a lot. So you definitely want that link in there, because like I said, you can mask it with a short link, and then you can tell people, for $1 million, for a chance at your $1 million giveaway, click this link right here, and then they're going to click it, right? So that's called clickbait, but maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should. I don't know, but you definitely want all three of those guys in there. So like I said, that's a triple threat. I believe that we got 10 minutes. So like I said, I really wanted to run through those really quick because they are simple. As you can see, they're really simple. Nothing real complex about those. But that pretty much wraps up every single one of our growth tools. So we talked about every single one of our growth tools. So since we've got 10 minutes left and we talked about every single one of our growth tools, and I can't really start to get into any real big high level concept and get that over. I mean, I probably could. Trust me, I could probably talk about 3 or 4 high level concepts and 10 minutes still be real slow for me to go in and actually explain that high level concept. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys would actually be real confused if I did that. So I'm not going to venture in and do that. So if you have any questions whatsoever about anything that we went over, you can let me know. We can actually go over them. If you want to use your mic, just let me know. We can go over them. If you've got them in there, you can. If you've got them, you can put them in that chat box. One thing that I definitely do need you guys to do, if you could do, is make sure, if you could, and you're on this session, that you just click this link right here. So you just click that link that I put in there, and that will just basically tag you that you've went in and you have attended this training session, which I see that there's 26 of you on this training session, and there's only 9 of you that are getting credit for this, okay? So if you come to the training sessions and you actually do your homework, which would be go in and actually comment on that post, just your honest opinion of this training session, any feedback you have, if you learned something, if it was valuable, if it was just a complete waste of your time, that's what that comment's for. Just go post on it. And you guys that do that, I've got something really special for you. It is not my beautiful wife, so you can't have her. You can't have her, but what you can have is a great present. Okay, our next session starts at 2 p.m., so pretty much 1 hour from now, our next session starts. It's not a session with me. Our guest speaker's coming in. Our guest speaker is Matt Staten. So he's going to talk to us about affiliate marketing. I'll give you more information on him and the broadcast that's going out. So he's going to come in and talk to us about affiliate marketing, what it is, how to do it. He's really great at it. He's made over $2 million in the last 2 years, enough money to pay for his house, pay for his bills, to go in and fund a software firm himself and build his own software products. He's doing some really cool stuff. So he's going to go in and teach you the essentials of affiliate marketing, because it does apply to you. If you want to make some extra residual income, you can make extra residual income just by what I told you earlier, being a broker, right? Just finding, your neighbor's looking for some home security system, and he came over, when you're at the mailbox, and he's like, dude, man, I'm trying to get some home security shit installed at my house, and I need to find somebody to mow my yard because, I don't have time for it. And so now he's looking for that. So now you, as an entrepreneur, can just go broker a deal, and you can find some lawnmower dude and be like, look, I got a client for you. If you give me $100, he's going to spend, $1,000 a year getting his lawn done. Or you can say, hey, I've got a client that was looking for a home security system. So do you have some commission if I refer him to you? And most of these places are going to. So now you just go back to your neighbor and you're like, yo, dude, these are my security guys. This is a dude that cuts my grass. You want me to put in you want to talk to them, and then you just make a referral fee. Or that's how you affiliate, right? You basically promote other people's products or services. They try to do all the real sales work for you to get people to convert, and you're just basically driving traffic. Anybody who buys, you get a commission of that. Or if you're selling your own products and services, then you get affiliate marketers to go do your promoting and be telling all their friends, hey, buy this stuff from this guy. You should be buying his thing. And you're obviously paying them a percentage fee. So I have people who refer clients to me all the time. I have people all the time that say, hey, John, I've got this client. Can I refer him to you? And yeah, you can refer him to me, and obviously I'll give you a kickback and I'll give you a referral fee, because without your referral, I'm not going to get that client, right? I probably would if I could talk to him myself, but I don't need to, because now you're referring him to me. So he's going to come in and talk about all that. So that's our next session. Now, I'm going to just look through your questions, because I noticed some of you guys put them in again. When using the JSON ad, there's no way of using Facebook pixel code, right? No, but you don't need that Facebook pixel code. There's absolutely no reason that you need that code. Now, you could have put that code in on some web page that you would have dished them out to. But what do you need that code for? I mean, what are you going to use with that code? You're going to create a custom audience. Well, you can still create a custom audience just from those interactions in Facebook. When you go to custom audience, you can just, instead of picking your pixel and saying, hey, give me some people that have interacted with this pixel, or I've tracked some event over time with this pixel, you could just say, hey, give me people who have sent messages to my page, and create a lookalike audience from that. I'm assuming that's why you want that pixel. So no, you can't fire it out, but it's not really needed whatsoever. So hopefully that answered that question, because the answer is no. There's no way to do that. So one more time, and Robin, we will go over collecting emails and send them to your email system by Zapier. We will do that on the 4th session that starts at 5 p.m. I'll notify you. It's right after Matt's session, which is the next session. So right after that, we'll get into a lot of Zapier stuff, and we're going to really focus on Zapier. So one more time, triple threat, one random URL and copy. Yes, is not actually a random URL. It is a ref link. It is a growth tool that is specifically a ref link. Now, we're calling it a random URL because it's not the purpose and CTA of the ad, but it is literally a growth tool that is a ref link, okay? So that's what it is. I'm just calling it a random URL. So it's that. It is the CTA message button. It is the actual ad itself with Messenger as the objective, and your JSON that came from ManyChat. That's your second thing. That is physically the ad. The ad is the ad. You're trying to get messages, and you gave Facebook that JSON. And then the third way was that comment growth tool. All right. That third way is if they comment on the ad themselves, which a lot of users will, they won't even interact with the ad. They'll just comment on it. So now if they comment on it, because we got that comment growth tool, that's our third threat. That's our triple threat. So if they click random link in our bot immediately. So we like the random link clickers, because if they click that link, instant subscriber, because it's a ref link. So instant subscriber. If they interact with the CTA, then they're in a state of lieu where they just need to give one more call to action, click one more of our buttons or our quick replies, or send us a message. Now they're a subscriber. If they comment on the ad, now they're also in that limbo state where we've delivered them a message and we're just waiting for them to click our button or quick response or reply back to us. All right. So that's your triple threat. So where to click to John to receive the special, and yes, super info. No idea what that means. So great stuff. Are there replays? I usually need to see a couple times. Yes, there are replays, Jeff, but they're only available to action takers. So I could look in here, Jeff, and see you real quick and just see if you're an action taker. Jeff, I believe that you are right there to see. You're not an action taker. At least you're not tagged as an action taker. So there are replays, but to get those replays, you got to be an action taker. So that means you got to pay some money. I believe that there's actually enough people that told me, there's 17 people that said that they would actually go in and take action if I gave them a 50% discount. I was trying to get 20 people reply to that and say yes to give that 50% discount. But it looks like there's enough where I can just lower the price and let you guys get a little price break, especially since you came to training. You just check it out and see what you actually get for that. It's totally worth it. This session alone was most likely worth it. So I think that's what you were asking me about that. Next session is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. So this session is almost over. 2 minutes left in this session. So let's see what else we can actually do in 2 minutes. So does the ad have to be a message style Facebook ad? If you want to use JSON, like I said, there's only one thing. There is literally only one thing you can use that growth tool. If you come in and you want to create this growth tool, Facebook Ads JSON, the only thing you can do with that growth tool is come into your ads manager, create an ad with messages as the objective. That has to be your objective. So you got to pick that guy. You got to fill out all this crap that comes here about audiences and demographics and et cetera, et cetera. Sign up is the same course. The sign up is the same course. The course is free if you can give me your time. So if you want to give me your time when I'm giving you my time, the course is completely free. If you want to watch the replays and have my time recorded and access to my time virtually anytime you want it, got to pay money for that. So I got to wait for this, but literally the triple threat, yes, it will only work with Facebook Messenger's objective, because that is one of the 3 threats, is that Messenger ad objective. Okay. So any other ad, you can make a double threat. So any other ad, you can include random link in the ad, and you could still essentially make it a triple threat, any other ad, because you can include random link in the ad text. You could also have your CTA itself, your link click, go to Messenger. So you could give another ref URL as the call to action. So if somebody actually does the call to action, because you got people who will just read the description and they won't click the CTA, the actual ad link. They'll click a link inside the description. So those people will get captured. Your CTA itself could be another ref link. So if they click that, they go right into your ref link. So, and then you could also have a comments growth tool on that. But that we could show you as well how to do it whenever I do another live ad. So looks like Facebook totally crashed. Doesn't matter because my time's up. So I'll see you guys again at 2 p.m. If you could and you haven't done so yet, please click this link and go to that comment or go to that post and comment on that post that you were here and what you learned today and all that good stuff. And I'll see you at 2. I'll notify you a little bit before 2, like 30 minutes before our session. I'll send you more information about the session, more information about Matt, and a link to join the session. See you guys. Click that link.